myself as a victim. I'm just a victim of success. It's about the power of now.
This young couple near Bryant Park, Lance and Alex. I came up on them, they had their sign, and their sign said, you know, we're homeless, we can't get a house, you know, please help. They had a long written out story. And Alex was sitting there, her head down, sad. And when I walked by, I was like, man, that's a good actor. That's what I felt. Because it looked like she was just acting. Because I could feel a different person just when I looked at her. But then this thing on her face spoke to, you know, I'm a poor person, you gotta give me money. I just went up and started talking to her and asked her how her day was going. I don't think I even asked her how her day was going. I just said, hey, you know, how's it going here? You know, what's the situation? And at first she was still in her drama. She's still, you know, acting. But I'm just looking her in the eyes and I see her for who she is, and we're just having a conversation. Within a few moments of me asking her, like, well, how'd you get here, and what's next? And they explained to me that that her and her partner, she's 19, he's 24, they can't get housing because they would be separated, but they're together. And so they don't want to do that. And so she was already just telling me her situation. And she said, so we're out here and we basically get as much money together as we can, and we try to stay where we can until our housing comes together. And so then we were just talking about the neighborhood, about things, about that. And at a certain point, they dropped their guard, and they weren't just, you know, it wasn't just, oh, this guy just, you know, sees us as one thing or another. I was seeing them who they are. And then I told them, you know, I started a community project called Houseless Heroes because I don't think homelessness is what we think it is. And I just started asking questions, you know, what do you think it is? And what's your experience? And, you know, if you could change something around homelessness or your situation, what would it be? And we started having just a real dialogue, real solutions too. And for me, what I get and what I've been getting out of this every time is that the trying to fix the problem from the outside doesn't work. It's never worked in my life. Someone trying to impose something on me or me trying to fix other people's problems usually just sends the message to them that I don't think they can do it, which is totally it's not the truth. The reality is that everybody can do it. It's a choice. And that with support, with love in the space, with openness and vulnerability, something else happens.
Boy, that day arrived and it was like, what are we gonna do? First of all, we put our blinders on because you don't need a panoramic view about what you're going through. So I started focusing. Being homeless is abuse. A lot of people don't understand that, but it's abusive. You're dealing with people around you and you're dealing with the system, and the system only helps a certain homeless person. You know, there are really two types of homeless people, but people don't even see that. You have your regulars and you have your irregulars. Your irregulars are the ones that are on the street. Those are the only ones that they see are homeless. They don't see me because, first of all, I'm taking up time, I'm taking up space, and they feel that I need to be doing something for myself. Well, I'm in a situation where I can't. So what I did was I stopped with the help me, and I help me. So when I was in the shelter, I started going to M&N and learning production. So I did that for 2 years, almost the 2 years that I was in the shelter. So I didn't sit around the shelter, I was getting education. At the time that I was in, as I was in the shelter, I created my first business, and it's called The Rise of Broken Women. And I just had a huge event. She was on one of my panels. I had 7 panelists, and we talked about how to empower women. First of all, we have to lock arms, and we have to stop with the what ifs and why not and why do I, and just do it. It's about the power of now. What you can do now is more than you can do later. And you just nail it. So after that, after I created it, I did jump ahead a little bit, but the thing about it is, I started 3 businesses while I was in the shelter. I was taking back me. It was taken away from me. I'm a domestic violence survivor. And I've heard people look at me and say, I can't believe that. What do you mean? You don't hate? That's a lot of energy. I want to put that in something. I want to develop something. I want to do something for women. I want to be an example. I want them to look at me and say, oh, damn, if she can do it, I can do it. So with the rise of broken women, what my focus is, there's women in the shelters that don't have feminine products. I mean, you know, we have no bras and no things that make, even though you're a homeless woman, there's nothing there to make you feminine. It makes you feel cheap. It makes you feel dirty. I mean, one time there, I almost felt lower than a prostitute. It's because that's what I was looked upon at. Then I went like, huh. I went and got me some hair, fixed myself up, put some lips on, and I was in the library every day, structuring my goals, how I was going to do it. Before all of this happened, I'm a paralegal in criminal, civil, and corporation law. I build businesses. I do that right now. I help women. If I see your website, there's something wrong with that, I will let you know how to brand. I know how to brand me because I know what me is. I'm a stepping stone for the next woman. Hopefully, she can see into the future like I did. Put your blinders on. Stop panicking. Take a deep breath. Isolate yourself. Sometimes you have to isolate yourself from people that are trying to tell you what to do. I don't take advice from those that's never been there. How can I tell you about a broken leg and I've never had one? So that's where I'm at. I recaptured the word love because I was distributing it in the wrong direction. Now I love this. When I love this, everybody loves me. I connected with Adina. It was so weird because I had prayed one day. This young lady inspired me. She was my little role model. She was my mentor because she had the same power I had. She empowered herself to be whatever she can be, the greatest. I mean, she'd get out there. So did I. Right now, there's women that call me, how can I be like you? I said, you can't be like me. You have to want to change. If you're not ready to change, you're not ready to make that first step. I sort of decided that I need to invest more into what I wanted to do. So I started writing. I put together a book, personal development. These are tools that we all need in every aspect of life. Start with yourself. I look at myself in the mirror and I says, you did it again, kid. You did a great thing today. Because I walked out the door, so I give myself kudos. Yes. So that's pretty much where I've went with that, coming out of domestic violence and not embracing myself as being a victim. Right now, I'm just a victim of success.
Hi, I'm Adina, and I'm the founder of Knock Knock Give a Sock. Knock Knock Give a Sock is an organization dedicated to humanizing homelessness, one sock at a time. So when I was a sophomore in college, I was giving out sandwiches to people who were experiencing homelessness, and one man said to me, "Ma'am, it's so nice you're giving out sandwiches, but one thing we could actually really use are a pair of socks." So I decided to knock on every door on my floor, and in about 15 minutes, I got over 40 pairs of socks. That was huge, that was successful, and we were really excited about it, but it wasn't nearly enough. So we started to grow, and by the time I was a senior in college, we had spread to over 20 college campuses and had collected over 50,000 pairs of socks. And at that point, we had gained some traction, and I was speaking at several different places, and I would always ask my audience, who here has ever given money, food, or clothing to someone experiencing homelessness? And everyone would raise their hand. And then I would say, who here can tell me the name of one person experiencing homelessness? And no one would raise their hand. So here we have a group of people who all have done something contributing towards issues around homelessness. But we don't have anyone who can name one person who's experiencing homelessness. And that was a problem for me. So I decided that I would bring 50 of my college classmates who would help me collect these 50,000 pairs of socks. And I brought 50 people who were experiencing homelessness to have dinner side by side. What happened next was amazing. We had college students who were saying, we can't tell who's homeless and who's not. There were meeting moms who had 3 kids who couldn't afford childcare. There were meeting dads who were working minimum wage jobs, but that wouldn't get them out of the shelter system. There were meeting men who had gotten out of prison, and people wouldn't hire them afterwards. The stigma around homelessness had really begun to break. The stigma around homelessness had really begun to break at that dinner. And I said, this is great. I love doing this. But if we want to make more of an impact, we have to bring these dinners to the corporate space. The way Knock Knock Give a Sock works is we partner with corporate offices to host a sock drive. That's all we ask them. And then after they host the sock drive, we then offer them the opportunity to meet the recipients of these sock donations. We say, thank you so much for doing such an awesome sock drive. Now we want to bring 50 of your employees and 50 recipients of these sock donations to have dinner side by side so that we want to bring these communities together so that we can break stigmas while breaking bread.
It doesn't happen.
Yes.
What happens?
So what's really special about these dinners is people actually keep in touch. Very often after an event, people send out surveys and people answer the survey questions. When I send these surveys out to corporate offices after they've come to our dinners, they say, hey, can I have Crystal's number? I want to go to a comedy show with her. Or can I have the shelter director's number? I want to teach a computer coding classes. What happens at these dinners is all of a sudden those who are quote unquote homeless and fit the stigma around what homelessness is, that stigma gets broken. All of a sudden, the people who come to our dinners, when they walk the streets and they see people who are experiencing homelessness now, they're not a part of the street anymore. All of a sudden, this community, which has been known as nameless, faceless, storyless, now has a name, a face, and a story. And that's what we're changing. We're changing the way people walk around the streets in New York City, and hopefully all over America soon.
Why do you call yourself Knock Give a Sock if your vision is so much bigger than just providing socks for those in need?
So people ask me all the time, why do you call yourself Knock Knock Give a Sock? You're literally breaking the stigmas around homelessness. You're bringing people who are homeless and people living in homes for dinner side by side. You're doing what no one else is doing. You're doing so much more than just a simple sock drive. So why are you still calling yourself Knock Knock Give a Sock? And I believe the way any movement works, the way any partnership begins, it always begins by small steps. It always begins by getting your sock in the door somehow. So we get our sock in the door by asking a company if they want to do a sock drive. And then after they do a sock drive, we've already established a relationship. And then we ask them if they want to host a dinner. But you have to get your sock in the door somehow.
I know that for a lot of us, when we're heard, when we're actually heard all the way through, no judgment, and just heard that thing that's so important to us, well then it's interesting. It's like, and there's no resistance to it. interestingly, it kind of goes away a little bit. We realize those things we were saying and how much of it was real, and just being able to express it, and we no longer have that need to express it. And now there's kind of nothing in the space. And with nothing in the space, everything is possible.
Yes.
How you
Amazing
doing?
to see you. Awesome.
Wow.
You're doing a great day.
Deonte,
How you doing?
y'all just made my day.
Oh yeah?
you
How
doing?
so?
I'm glad to see. Look at the smile, man. You got raw energy. I feel the energy. You know?
Wow, look at things today. All right. Everything's always changing.
look over there. You ain't seen nothing yet. Y'all need to get that on camera.
What do we got? You guys recognize I was wearing these socks yesterday. Wow. You didn't have any of this.
No?
When I saw you before, this was last week, you didn't have any of this.
None of it. This is what saved my life. That there saved my life. If it wasn't for this, it wouldn't be me. I would still be trying.
What are we looking at?
This is called BCN SW SSS WATOC. It's Byron Continental Sidewalk Shoe Shine Service with a touch of class. So what you're looking at is an upper level. Okay, watch. Let me. I can't put this together. I have to just. It's the homeless need to see this, to give them a shot at the title. They need to see this, but this is what they can do. This is what they can do. Hear me what I'm saying? This is what they can do. Instead of just sitting around. The same energy that you're using to panhandle and do all the other things, to buy drugs, start shining shoes. Do something. The other day, David made a suggestion to me about, all right, I wish I had a building for the homeless with shoe shine boxes so they can work. Then he said, he has some, the pedicabs. Why not open up a company called the Coach Company and give the homeless a chance to work? Give them a chance to work, because that's what it is. If they have responsibility and something to do, they can do it. And they have better tenacity to do it. They want to do it, but see, it's not just about addiction. It's about being responsible. Addiction, all they do is just slow you up on your dream. It's not a trick of the devil, it's you tricking yourself. Because you think there's no other alternative. There is an alternative. I admire somebody that's panhandling, but what are you doing with the money? You mean you tell me you gonna panhandle all day, then go smoke crack at night? Do you think I'm gonna shine shoes all day in the blazing heat and then go smoke crack at night and come in looking like a damn fool the next day?
Wow. What happened?
That's the way I used to look. 90 pounds. My strength and hope is in the homeless. I'm telling you, it's in the homeless. They got something. They each and every one. You can't. They need to know that for themselves. My dream and my goal is to walk with them and don't leave them. You want to see bad? You just seen a little bit of bad. Half naked, laying in the street, and I was comfortable with that. That was the whole thing. I was comfortable with that. I never thought I was going to be able to. I was happy with that. I was happy, but I discovered something. I met me. I met Byron Carlton there. I met him. You know what? You know why we here? To be multiplied and be fruitful. This is fruitful. This is fruitful, Stephen. Deonte, this is fruitful. People come by, they are amazed. People that see me laying on a corner butt naked. They was amazed. I did it in a month's time. They looked at me and said, so when I see the other homeless coming, I look down and say, man, you don't know, man. You got it going on. You got it going on. I mean, I'm telling you, man, you are so strong. Just get familiar with it, that's all. You are so, I know you want to, you know what, I know you want to. But they don't have no leaders. They don't have nobody standing telling them, come this way, come this way. They don't have no leaders. They need leaders. They don't need money, they need leaders. They get the money. They know how to do that stuff. If you can wake up in the morning and don't have no money, by 9 o'clock your ass is high, what's that? That takes a lot of know-how to do that. It's stupid. Because you ain't doing nothing, you're not achieving anything. Flip it. Invest in your own. That's what this whole thing is about, investment. Invest in your life. I'm going to work and I'm going to talk to you because I'm multitask. I can do a lot of stuff. And plus I don't want this guy to come back and say, where's my shoes? But like I said, this thing is very important. If people only knew how important this thing was, man, this is the best. This thing, hey David, this thing is way over our head because we got more work to do. There's other things important. Drug addiction is just a small part, and I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna prove it to you. My goal and my quest is to sit with the homeless. When I go home, I go sleep in the shelter. That's what I do. I sleep in the shelter.
Where were you and what happened?
I was on the Upper East Side, and I was laying on the ground, and I met a lady named Carol Rosenwald. Later on I found out she was coordinator for Meals on Wheels. And every day, she would harass me. But she said, there's something about you. And I said, lady, why don't you leave me alone? She said, no, I'm gonna harass you every day. Every day. I'm gonna get on your nerve. I'm gonna love you till you learn to love yourself. And I don't know her. And I would say real nasty things to her. She'd be like this. If you keep talking to me, I'm gonna smack you in your face. Cause you know but a bum. Now how you like that? She smoked them long cigarettes right in your face, you know. She had that raspy voice. But she was a dynamo. She's a dynamo. Every day. Every day. I slept in the abandoned building across the street. Her window was there. Every day she would look out the window and see me over there. Then one day she noticed that I didn't go nowhere at night because I was panhandling all day, and then at night I would sneak away and go smoke crack. And then come back looking like Jerry, looking stupid, you know. And then she would come the next day, and I'm drunk too. I'm drinking too. And one day, I just started crying. But it was like a peculiar. It wasn't a sad cry. It was like joy. I felt different, Stephen. I felt different. It wasn't like I wasn't sad about nothing. Cause shit, I ain't have nothing anyway. But most people, when you see the homeless out here, you see that smile on their face, they happy like that because they ain't got nothing. As soon as we get something, that's when we start looking crazy. When I ain't got nothing, I'm happy. I'm not saying it's not a bad thing to have a lot of money and to be rich, but it comes with problems too. So, 1994, the Rangers won the Stanley Cup. And Mr. Kyle Rosenwald came to me and said, how much money you got? I had money in these milk crates I was sleeping on. And it was like $1,600. And we bought Ranger t-shirts. And we sold them right there. And that was the beginning of me. Now, I fell a couple of times after that. And I'm not gonna say it was a slip or it was a stumble. I didn't stay there long. I went down there. You know how people say, I hit rock bottom? No. If I hit rock bottom, I wouldn't even be here. I scraped it, and I tell you, it was hot in that spot. And I went up from there, and she just looked at me. She couldn't believe that I did it in that short amount of time. And she said, when she seen me after I went and got myself, I had a lot of money. I had a lot of money too. If I'd have got high, I would have died. But I had a lot of money. And I went and I invested in shoe shine equipment. And it took me about 4 or 5 days to come back. When I came back, she seen me. And she just said, I knew it. I knew it. I knew that you could do it. And that's when the struggle began. The struggle began. And I decided to get clean. I'm like one of them guys that got on a $300 suit with a $2 pair of drawers. I clean. I'm happy. It's just beginning for me. But I'm not gonna get it if I don't come to the city or come here from Raleigh and talk to my homeless neighbors. I won't get it. I'm not gonna get it. That's where my help is at. If I don't do that, I'm gonna die. Him. Right here, that one right there. I'm helping. He's helping me help him. Help me help others. Because it's each one, teach one, reach one. And he homeless. Just like me. I don't care about a house in Raleigh and all that stuff. No, that's not that. This is what's going on right here. My neighbor, that's my homeless neighbor right there. He crazy as hell, but you know what? He crazy good. He's a good worker. And I'm happy for him. He still mess around. He think I don't know. He's still messing around, but I know he wouldn't be standing here right now if he wasn't getting better. He's getting better, and I always tell him it's gonna get greater later. It's gonna get greater, but now I have to push on him to help somebody else. Cause he ain't got it. Well, I ain't got it. I don't have it, but what I have, I'll give it up to help him help others, and I know that he can make it. So that's our quest. Just a few minutes ago, another guy came, was sitting around him nodding, and I went around and told him, hey, you know him, because that's how they weaken him. They weaken him like that to come around because they know he making money. And we not rich, but we got something that we're trying to do. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Huh? Look at this. And he helps me. And he called me his boss. I'm not your boss. You your own boss. You know, until you get it, until you get to this. That's what it is. I'll say about the homeless. Once you get to a level up, when you get to a level up, you're gonna see somebody else there. You're not gonna see me no more. Because the more that you go up, the spirit is gonna yank you in. And whoever you help is gonna go, it's like a train reaction. Everybody's gonna help. It's like each one, teach one, reach one, help one, there go. Here we go. Homeless, let's go. Let's go. I know it can work. I'm seeing it done. I'm seeing it done right now. I'm not even my own witness. This part here is just something that I want them to see what to do. It's not that I'm shining shoes, is that I'm here every day. I sleep right there on the ground, right there. That's where I sleep at, right there. I haven't been home. Look at my legs just swell up from standing and working. And I'm not doing it for the money. And the money will come. It's not the money. It's not the money. I refuse to leave here and leave him and he ain't got it. I'm telling you, I'm from real. I want him to fucking get it. I want him to get it. So I provide life for people, and they love what I'm doing, and they know I'm not just here just trying to shoot. They know I'm here to help them shine like myself. And it's amazing how the people that I've met that come by here, a lot of people that have a lot of money, they're like, I mean, worse than me, but they own corporations like tech, computer companies and all that stuff. And I talk to them and I just tell them, I said, you just one step away. Hey, you let me know.
Love is our guide. We are love. We are love. Coming home. Love is our guide. We are. From the day we arrive on the planet and blinking step into the sun, there's more to see than can ever be seen, more to do than can ever be done. There's far too much to take in here, more to find than can ever be found. But the sun rolling high in the sapphire sky keeps great and small on the endless round, the circle of life. closer.